said you were a bit frustrated with your attack last week. I can imagine how you felt after about 15 minutes tonight.
Yeah, well, I think everyone watched the game. We were pretty well comprehensively outplayed, I think. Out-defended us and played a fair bit better with their attack and their kicking game as well, so I really haven't got an excuse for that. Weren't really in the game. I don't think we had much field position in the second half either, so we did make a number of errors in the first half. I think we had 7 errors by half time, so it didn't help the cause, and their completion rate was very high, so that's it in a nutshell, really.
What was lacking in the attack? You obviously had lots of ball in that first 12-13 minutes. What was lacking? Why couldn't you crack them?
Oh, look, I think they scrambled really well. We came up with a couple of poor options, bundled into touch and things like that. I think we lost our patience there. We needed to maintain it, and they went down the other end, and we make an error on a kick, on a bouncing ball, and they score. So momentum shifts, so they get a bit of confidence out of that first 10 minutes. And they should have too. They defended really well. But we needed to then defend their first sets down that end, and we didn't. And but even to come in at 12-0 down, the game's certainly winnable. We just didn't really get any momentum in the second half. We didn't play much field position against them, and didn't kick as well as they did either. I just thought we were outplayed by a side that they've had a very good game of footy.
And how frustrating was it that not being able to cross the line with those excessive line-out drops?
Yeah, it was frustrating. We're usually pretty good at converting that sort of field position, but you know, it took a bit out of us mentally, you know, their defence. But you know, I think it just showed we're sort of off the money a bit at the moment. Execution just wasn't right, and you know, they took a lot of confidence out of defending a couple of sets at their line.
Why do you think the team is off the money a little bit in attack at the moment? It has been so good up until about the last couple of weeks.
Mate, I wish I knew that they were good defensively. Like I said, they scrambled well, and you know, they were pretty tough to crack. But you know, we're usually a lot better than that in attack, and we just didn't come up with the execution on the night.
Matt, has it been an issue for a couple of weeks, or can you trace it back, like you said, with the execution?
Not really. I suppose the last 2 games we've been pretty poor, but you know, there's really no excuse for it, and you know, it's pretty hard to find an answer for it at the moment. But it's definitely something we need to improve.
You can't stay up for the whole year, can you? I mean, you're going to have down periods, aren't you?
Oh yeah, look, our attack's been, we're up in the top couple of sides, you know, tries scored, so it hasn't been something that's been a huge problem for us to get over the line. But tonight, you know, I mean, last week we scored a couple of nice tries and against the Tigers, but tonight we were stifled. We didn't take the right options with our attack. We didn't stay where we should have stayed, I suppose, a few times to get some momentum before we played. But they read Jonathan's plays pretty well. They put a lot of pressure on him out the back, and we talked about that as a style of defence against him. And you know, we didn't adapt our game to how they defended, and you need to be able to do that. And we, you know, got very lateral, pushed to sidelines, and that's not our go. We normally can play the middle third of the field fairly well with our pack, and we just didn't have that spark around the ruck that we needed. You know, and everyone needs to play their role, you know, in the team for the team attack to go well, and we have been doing that, as you said, for large parts of the season so far. But parts of last week's game, we mentioned our attack, and our error rate was too high tonight to really stay in the contest. So, you know, we need to be a lot more disciplined with what we do, I suppose. And look, I'll go back to their performance. We weren't pretty by any means, and we're very disappointed in there. But I thought they showed some real, you know, mettle in their defence, and to turn us away. I mean, I thought we put together some reasonable passages in that first 10 minutes, and they defended us. Simple as that. They turned up and they did the job.
How's Seguiaro?
Oh, we're not sure. His ankle's fairly sore. The doc doesn't think he's got a broken ankle, but he could have a significant ligament damage.
Neil, how much of that performance was, I guess, a bit of a tired thing? I think Brent Tate was saying during the week he's slept at 4 or 5 nights out of the last.
Look, there's reasons, you know, and when you look at it, we have been away a bit, and we have had players involved in Origin, and we've seen other teams with those players spark up straight away, and we've had a bit of a low-key week. We've only had a couple of sessions, but there could be a bit of that. We're one of the later teams to get a bye. We get the bye now, so we come to this phase where the boys are they're ready for a week off. We know that. I think everyone is, and we need to recharge and attack the second half of the year. And with our Origin boys, coming through that as well. So we'll need to look at that. But you're right there. We look fairly tired and flat against an energetic team.
Does it make you think about how you're going to approach post-Origin 2 in terms of maybe resting?
Oh, well, I think the Hawks probably in the same position. Like we play Origin, then 2 days later we play the Broncos. So we have a significant number of players are going to be involved. So we'll have to see how they come through, how they're feeling mentally and physically. And you're right, you might see both sides missing quite a few players in that game up in Townsville.
Given your Origin guys can't do much training with the team, how hard is it going to be to get things flowing again nicely?
Look, our attack's been pretty good, for the first 12 rounds, 11 rounds. If I take it the first round, I suppose there's 10 games there where we were pretty good, so we're pretty happy with what we're doing. But we weren't good tonight, and we will need to go back with it. Don't need to change too much. I think we've lacked a little bit of intensity in our last couple of games, and we talked about that at the end of the game. We need to find that. Each individual player needs to find that every week in this competition. And we did look a bit flat tonight.
Is that how close the competition is between teams? I mean, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, these blokes, Titans, were talking about not even making the 8.
Yeah, but now they're 1 point loss here, which they should have won, and then they go away, beat Manly, and then have a couple of wins and a bye in between. Look, their last month's been great. Top it off with a win tonight, so they're certainly on the move. We've faltered a bit after 3 wins, back to 2 losses. It's our first back-to-back loss this year, so that doesn't sit well with us, and we need to regroup and get into it again.
Is there anything in particular the Titans do that worries you blokes? They've got you twice this year. Is there something in the matchup, or is it just too?
If they put grease on the ball or something, we don't hold it too well against them. Not particularly.
All right. Matty,
Look, no, we've got to go, guys. Otherwise, we won't be in the dressing rooms.
Thanks.